Hey everyone, welcome to my September Weeklies Plan With Me video. Today we'll be creating 4 weekly spreads for the month of September. I'm continuing on with the birthday theme that I began earlier this month for Zarmin, who has been a really lovely and supportive subscriber of mine. If you haven't had a chance to watch the monthly bullet journal video that matches this theme yet, I'll link that for you on screen and in the description to check out later if you'd like. This month was really fun for me because I got to meet up with my parents and go on vacation with them, and it was really nice to catch up with them and escape the day-to-day responsibilities of life for a little bit. When I got back home, it was already mid-September and I had not even created the weekly spreads for the monthly yet. So I wanted to make some spreads that were fairly simple and not overly detailed. I've never tried making a design down the very center of my journal before, but I thought now would be a fun time to try it out. I really like trying to vary up my weekly pages with different layouts and thought this could be a really cute center design if I filled it up with balloons. The only thing that was kind of challenging was coloring between the pages because it kind of threw off the flow or angle of my brush pen as I was trying to color on both pages. I think it looks fine on the lighter colored balloons, but the darker ones are a bit wonkier looking. Sometimes I just don't like seeing a ton of streaks in my drawings, and when I was hanging out with my parents, my mom and I were able to try out a new technique that I'm hoping to play around with more in the next monthly pages. Maybe you know of this technique already, but essentially you can use these water-based brush pens almost as if they were watercolors. If you color on a piece of plastic or laminate with these brush pens, some of the ink will come out and you can blend it with other colors or add water to it to make it lighter. And with a paintbrush, you can apply it to your art in a similar way to how you would mix or paint with watercolor. This seems to be a great way to get a larger range of colors, to use them on paper with less streaks, and also for me anyways, a great way to be able to use some of the beautiful darker colors that Tombow has and make them lighter or more pastel looking, which matches more with the colors I frequently use when journaling, since you probably already know that I love my pastels. I first saw this technique used by my favorite bullet journal artist, Jenny, whose channel and Instagram I will link below because I will totally mispronounce it. But I finally signed up for her Patreon because I love her art and her YouTube videos and tutorials so much, and she had a course this month on blending Tombow colors that was super helpful and inspiring to watch. So definitely stay tuned if any of that sounds interesting to you. It's gonna be some trial and error for me, but having played around with it a little already, I already really enjoy the huge amount of potential it has, and also it's just super fun. Getting back to the pages now, I'm just writing in the days of the week here using this dusty rose shade. I like this page layout a lot because it leaves plenty of space to write under each day of the week. And I've combined the weekend days into just one section. And I'm really sticking to using mostly pink for all of these pages, with the exception of my animal characters on some of the following pages. And I'll link below all of the specific Tombow colors used as well in case you're interested. I'm coloring in all of the white space on each of these letters now. And then using this peach color to draw some lines between the days of the week and the numbers of the days. I wanted to break up the solid colors on these letters a little bit, so I'm adding some white dots. I started with my gel pen, but it was being finicky, so I switched over to my white Posca paint pen instead. And here is an up-close look at the completed week 1 pages. Moving on to week 2 now, where I found this really adorable picture of different animals in cupcake cups. So I decided to draw Gray Kitty in this style as a cupcake. I don't normally draw him quite so pudgy, but I think he looks so adorable. so he may end up looking similar to this in other drawings in the future. I've been feeling really called to start creating more items for my shop again. So today I started to sketch out a birthday themed sticker sheet that will match with these pages. So I drew this character as well as a few others from this theme, and I'll be working on releasing them soon. I like to create them as full colored sticker sheets as well as just the black and white outlines so that they can be colored in, which is really fun and also useful if you want to use them in your journal and match them to any color palette. In time, I also want to create larger sticker packs where I'll have stickers that match my monthly theme, as well as some functional stickers like days of the week and banners and other useful stickers for decorating bullet journals. This is an idea I have more or less started and stopped repeatedly over the last year and a half or so, but I just find myself constantly pulled back to the idea and I really want to make more time for it. I always have so many things that I want to work on, and I often find that focusing on too many things means that I tend to get very little done towards any of them at all. Mostly, I've been playing catch up with my YouTube videos because I'm super determined to start getting them published on an earlier schedule for you guys. So if you want to recreate them for the month, you actually have time to do so. And also so that I can focus more on creating the themed sticker sheets to go with them. And I'm hoping by sharing all of this with you, I will hold myself more accountable to actually accomplishing these goals. So this decorative mini calendar box was also something new that I haven't tried before, and I really enjoy how it turned out. If you've watched my videos for any length of time now, you probably know that I love adding these little mini calendars onto my weekly spreads. I often don't really use them throughout the weeks, but I just find them aesthetically cute. And I enjoyed that this little mini calendar has a special box surrounding it with some balloons. I'm adding a light pink background behind the balloons and giving them some highlights. I also really enjoyed adding highlights onto the little bits of confetti. When I first drew the confetti for the monthly pages, I didn't add the highlights, but then I decided to on one of the pages and had to go back and add highlights to all of the confetti because I thought it looked so much cuter. It's the little things. Now I'm writing the days of the week in a cursive font and combining the words as part of the day boxes. Something about writing the words in this way was very satisfying. Next, I'm just writing in the numbers for the days of the week, and then I'll begin finishing the boxes for each day. I actually recorded these pages on the 16th of this month, so I was a bit sad that I wouldn't actually be able to use these weekly pages at all, since the days had already passed. More reasons why I need to be more proactive about recording earlier. Next, I'm using the peach and light pink colors to add some lines in each box and visually vary up this page a little bit. This light pink color has really been a champion throughout these weekly pages. I used it so much already, even before this theme, and I really didn't know if it was going to make it through all of the September pages, because it's the color I used the most for this theme. As you'll see, it totally held on to the end though. I was so impressed. It's the only color that I've actually burnt through since buying this Tombow kit in April, but just goes to show how much I love the super light pastel colors in this marker line. Now we're moving on to the week 3 pages. This is a pretty simple layout, and I've just drawn 2 vertical boxes on each side of the page for some drawings and the mini calendar. I decided to draw a stack of my characters in this first box here, and I've added a little birthday hat onto the bird. Sometimes it can be a bit challenging to come up with drawings for vertical spaces, but a cute animal stack is always a good choice in my opinion. These 3 characters show up fairly frequently in my art, and I'm excited next month to create a new character for that theme, which will be a little fox. Back in August, I asked you all what theme I should create for October, and it was really fun to see a bunch of your ideas, and the theme just really started to fall into place all on its own. So the theme is going to be foxes and coffee, which I'm really excited about and I think is going to be super cute. I'm looking forward to creating a fox character since I haven't really drawn foxes much before, and I think adding coffee to the theme will make for a really cozy fall-time journal. As I'm recording this, fall begins tomorrow and I could not be more excited. At the same time, I'm still blown away by how fast this year is flying by and really wondering where I'm going to find time to set up my 2025 journal pages. Also, saying 2025 feels really weird. Like, I know it's 2024 now, but 2025 somehow sounds so futuristic. Just me? Okay. I already have my November theme figured out, which will be another collab, this time with Natalia's Tea Time, which I'm super excited about, and I'm pretty sure I have a rough idea of what I want to do for December's theme. It was so fun hearing all of your ideas for what I should do for my October theme that I was thinking maybe you guys can help me figure out what theme I should base my 2025 yearly setup around as well. I'm thinking something that isn't too complicated or detailed, but also something that is fun and maybe colorful too. So if you have any cute ideas, definitely leave me a comment below, and hopefully, like with the October ideas, a theme will just begin to fall into place. I've finished drawing in these little party animals, and now I've added a box around them, and I'm putting a mini calendar at the bottom. I'm writing the days of the week in my regular handwriting, nothing fancy here, and then I'll be getting started on the art for the other vertical box on this page. With this box, I'm carrying on with the pink balloons similar to the first weekly spread. And again, I've really come to appreciate these simple designs that don't take too much brain power. I like that they reflect the theme and tie everything together nicely, but aren't overly complicated. So hopefully you're not too tired of seeing balloons yet. Over the past couple of weeks, I've been a lot more intentional about my art practice and making sure to do it more frequently. I got a new sketchbook and my mom gave me a few of the Micron gray fine liners, and I gotta say, they are super satisfying to draw with. I also got a few new art books for inspiration, and I'm making it a point to doodle something, even if it's just something little, every single day. I'm currently on a 7-day streak, and I'm really enjoying this art practice. Even if I have a busy day, I can always find at least a couple of minutes to draw something really quick. I also think this new sketchbook is the perfect place for me to dream up new sticker sheets for my shop. It also feels like a good time to be more deliberate about my goal to draw more frequently. I say that because I know with colder days coming, I'll be more tempted to sit under blankets and play games all day, when I know I have other things I want to be achieving. Don't get me wrong, there will definitely be gaming this winter, but I'm hoping with this new art practice as a habit, that I'll be preparing myself to also be a bit more productive with my goals and dreams than I was last winter. I'm just finishing up these pages with a few drop shadows. And I was originally thinking about leaving the background of these boxes white because, as I mentioned, I really didn't think this light pink marker was gonna make it. But in the end, I decided that these boxes needed a little bit more color, and I went ahead and colored the background in. I was happy with my decision to do this, and although the color is very light, I still think it adds a lot. I just really need to buy a few more backups of my favorite light pastel markers. And here is a close-up of the week 3 pages. And now we're moving on to our final week of pages for the month of September. This layout is becoming one of my favorite go-to setups. As far as vertical spreads go, this one is probably the most efficient one I've come across. The columns aren't too narrow and there's plenty of space to write what's going on each day. I tend to vary up where I put these big day boxes. Sometimes they're all the way at the top, which leaves a lot of space for doodles and extras at the bottom, or I'll flip-flop it and make it so there's a lot of space at the top for drawings. But I like this specific layout because I can create a design almost like strips of washi tape at the very top of the page, and then still have room at the bottom for my mini calendar and some notes and a doodle. I pretty much copied this layout from one of my weekly spreads in July when I was doing my underwater theme, and I really loved that layout, so I thought it would be perfect to use for this month as well. Here you can see this pink marker is really putting in work again. I think it deserves a trophy for not pooping out on me during all of these pages. Quite impressive. Also, I just want to apologize. Many times throughout this video, my camera decided to focus on the marker in my hand rather than the notebook. I think I found a way to turn off autofocus for the next video, but it does make me a bit nervous to try because often when I'm looking at my phone as it's recording, everything looks fine, and then I get into editing and see where the more subtle issues are that I can't really fix because the journal pages have already been created. Oh, the trials and error of learning how to create YouTube content. Anyways, let's focus on more enjoyable things like Tan Bunny surprising Gray Kitty by popping out of this present. I think it was fine calling Gray Kitty this whole time, but now that more characters are being introduced, I feel like I can't simply keep calling them by what color they are and what animal they are. I don't know why it's so hard for me to pick names for my characters. I never had this issue as a child with my many stuffed animals and Beanie Babies. Gray Kitty is a boy, and I think I'm fine with calling him Gray Kitty for now. The Tan Bunny is a girl, however, and a name I've always enjoyed for a girl is Luna. So maybe I should call the bunny Luna? I thought I was gonna be decisive here and actually name this bunny character, but now I'm not so sure again. I really don't know why I have such a hard time with giving my characters proper names. They definitely deserve their own names, and I know this. Am I crazy, or does anyone else experience this level of indecisiveness? What else is going on in my little world lately? Oh, I should probably mention again, if you're looking for a great community for learning how to draw kawaii characters, the Kawaii Drawing Club is opening up again in October. It's a really great place to learn the basics of what makes characters cute, as well as other useful drawing skills like picking color palettes or figuring out backgrounds, and it's just a really fun community of talented and kind-hearted artists who really love to support one another. I'll leave a link below in case you're interested in checking it out, and let me know if you have any questions. This was the drawing community I first joined when getting into drawing cute characters, and I absolutely adore everybody over there. So again, I'm just drawing this balloon and confetti pattern at the top of the page now. Although it's very simple, I think this would be a really fun washi tape design to make one day. Washi tape is another thing that I've always wanted to create since getting into drawing cute characters. Unfortunately, it's not something I can create at home like I can with my stickers, and will require me doing some research on which manufacturer to partner with. But it's something that I really want to add to my shop one day. Now that's an invention someone should create. A personal, at-home, washi tape printing machine. Man, that would be cool. I think this pink and peach color combo worked out really well for this theme. It goes to show that you don't really need too many colors to make something look cute. And for me, adding a light pastel color to the background seems to tie everything together nicely. This pink marker was probably celebrating, knowing that this was the last time I was going to use it to color in a background on these pages. I just had to keep rotating the marker to keep the ink coming out, but I think it's safe to say that this marker is retired now. Job well done, 800. You served this journal well. I am just finishing up these pages now by using a white gel pen to add all of the shine onto the balloons and confetti. And here's an up-close look at the final week 4 pages. I'm excited that I will actually be able to fill these out since they are done on time. And here is the final flip through of all of the weekly pages for September. Let me know below which one is your favorite, and if you haven't had a chance to check out this September monthly video yet, I will leave that in the end cards for you. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I will see you again very soon.